Hey guys, Michael My Junkin here. I'm recovered and I'm ready to do another of these read aloud videos of another Disney 5-minute sleepy time story. Today's story is The Sword in the Stone Pajama Party. So let us begin. Sword in the Stone Pajama Party. Wart couldn't sleep. Ever since Merlin the wizard had arrived, Wart's life has been turned upside down. Merlin insisted on turning Wart into different animals to enhance Wart's educational experiences, and that was on top of all his normal chores. It was a lot to handle. That night, the boy looked out the window and saw the light in Merlin's rickety tower still on. Wart paid Merlin a visit. When he arrived, he found that Merlin's owl, Archimedes, was even grumpier than normal. "It's too draughty," Archimedes said. "It's leaky, it smells weird." "Go to sleep, you wretched creature," Merlin shouted. "Sleep? In this unsuitable environment?" "I can't sleep either," Wart said. "Here," Merlin said, waving his wand. A gigantic book wafted toward Wart. "This one is very boring. Give it a read. It can be part of your bedtime routine." "What's a bedtime routine?" Wart asked. "Of course he doesn't have a bedtime routine," Merlin muttered to himself. Who would have taught him? Just then Merlin jumped up suddenly, energetic. "Since nobody is getting any sleep, we might as well have a party." Archimedes eyed the wizard suspiciously. Merlin waved his wand again, and presto changeo! Wart wearing pajamas. Having never had real pajamas before, he was delighted. "What is the meaning of this?" Archimedes demanded. "Just what because I'm wearing a hat with a tassel does not mean I'm going to bed." "No, of course not," Merlin scoffed. "We're just having a party. A pajama party." What do we do at a pajama party?" Wart asked. "Usually there's a story," Merlin said, raising his wand again. "Ribbidus Rabbidus," he shouted. Wart could tell something was different. He shook his head and felt a bit confused. His long ears flopped. "Wait, long ears? We're rabbits!" Wart exclaimed. "The best storyteller in Britain is Mama Rabbit," Merlin explained. "Come on, we'll be late." Wart hopped after the wizard, and Archimedes kept pace above as they made their way into the woods. Soon Merlin skidded to a stop. "We're here," he said, pointing at the entrance to the burrow. "Archimedes," Merlin added, "I'm afraid you'll need to listen from a distance." "Why?" Wart asked. "It's part of a tension between predators and prey, my boy. You see, some owls eat rabbits. Archimedes wouldn't, of course, but it's safe for everyone if Archimedes stays here and isn't accidentally threatening." Archimedes rolled his eyes. Merlin and Wart squeezed themselves through the tunnel and eventually settled near the back of the burrow. The home was filled with young rabbits, all listening intently to Mama Rabbit. Merlin muttered a spell so that he and Wart could understand what she was saying. Mama Rabbit's voice was gentle, and as she spoke, Wart could see the story unfolding. All the young rabbits started to close their eyes and drift off to sleep. Those little bunnies found their way home, Mama Rabbit said, and soon after they fell fast asleep. Wart yawned. "This is a very good story. Don't you think so?" the boy whispered. "Don't you think so?" Then a soft snore rumbled nearby. It was coming from Merlin. "Ever since that day," Mama Rabbit said, her voice barely a whisper, "we bunnies have told the story of the..." "Owl!" a bunny screamed. Suddenly everyone in the burrow were very awake. There, peeking from behind his rabbit friends, was Archimedes. "You didn't really expect me to wait outside, did you? I could barely hear the story," the owl confessed. Merlin, Wart, and Archimedes started backing toward the exit of the burrow, and amid the bunny's chaos, Archimedes knew that he had made a mistake coming in here. "Get out!" shrieked the mama rabbit at the uninvited guests. Her bunnies quickly joined in. "Merlin, do something!" Merlin was panicking a little, but he knew what to do. Thump! As the smoke cleared, Wart realized that he was back in Merlin's tower. He touched his hand. The long years were gone. "I'm a boy again," Wart said. "And we're back home," Archimedes added. Not a moment too soon. Merlin prepared a tray with a pitcher and 3 cups. "Here we go," he said, spinning around triumphantly. "Warm milk." As the trio moved to the table, Wart found himself thinking about Mama Rabbit's story. He noticed how soft his new pajamas were, and he suddenly felt very dozy. "You know," Wart began. "Shh," Merlin replied. He pointed to Archimedes, who had fallen asleep. Wart stifled a giggle. Merlin carefully picked up the slumbering bird. He settled Archimedes in this birdhouse and drew a blanket over his shoulders. "There," Merlin said, patting Archimedes gently. Wart stretched and yawned. He was ready for bed, too. With a final wave of his hand, Merlin whisked from the back of Wart's room. The boy climbed into his bed, which had never felt softer in his whole life. Merlin was pleased with himself. His idea to have a pajama party had worked. He yawned. The party had made him quite tired as well. "It's funny," Wart said. "Before this party, I wasn't sleepy at all." Merlin smiled knowingly. "Comfy pajamas, a bedtime story, and a cup of warm milk," he said. "This, my boy, is a bedtime routine." "Do you think you might try it on your own tomorrow night?" Merlin asked, but he got no answer. Wart was fast asleep. Merlin tucked the boy in. Then he went off to his own bed and fell asleep right away. The end. Well, guys, hope you enjoyed this Disney Read Aloud, and I hope be sure to join me on another Read Aloud next month, and I'll see you then. Bye.